Hello, friends. Welcome to the seventh of our 10 brief introductions to Neo-Hasidism. Today I want to talk about mitzvot, about what it means to do a mitzvah. Last week we spoke about avodas Hashem, serving God. What does it mean to serve? What does it mean to live a life of devotion, a life of service? Today I want to talk about Judaism's understanding of the means to that. The means to this life of avodah is a life of mitzvot. Judaism is defined by the rabbis as comprising two things essentially, Torah and mitzvot. Torah we talked about, but it means study of Torah in a way that engages and opens the mind and heart. It means creative study, not just memorization, not just figuring things out as they were in the past, but asking ourselves how the Torah speaks to us today. How the Torah speaks to us today in the widest possible sense, which means that language is a gift of God, and that Torah is a way of finding meaning in our lives. When the rabbis say the Torah existed before the creation of the world, and God looked into the Torah and created the world, our Neo-Hasidic reading of it is, existence is meaningful, and language is given to us as a gift in order to plumb that meaning, in order to go deeply into that meaning, and transform existence into a series of teachings. We are ongoing creators of Torah, ongoing participants in the process of Torah, of turning life into a series of teachings. The word mitzvah, of course, comes from the Hebrew tzivah, to command, and originally it meant commandment. God has given the Torah to Moses on the top of Mount Sinai. In that moment, you remember when Moses goes up and God comes down, and the top of the mountain is covered with thick cloud, and for a moment we don't know where that border between heaven and earth is. That border which was supposed to be so clear, the heavens are the heavens of God, earth has He given to the children of humans. But then the cloud covers the mountaintop, and we don't know, is Moses in heaven, is God on earth? But that image of the Torah coming from the top of the mountain is an image of authority. Yes, we receive the Torah, but God also forces us. God lifted up the mountain, held it over their heads, and said, "You must accept my Torah. If not, I will kill you. If not, you will die right here. I will drop the mountain on you." That authority, my friends, today is broken. We do not live in a world where we respond well to that call of authority. We are no longer literal believers that Torah is authoritative in that sense. Here I'm going to go to a feminist interpretation. Rather than the male authority of Moses coming down from the mountaintop, I prefer the Torah of his sister Miriam. Miriam, you remember, who was the person responsible for the well, the mysterious well of water that followed Israel through the desert for 40 years, everywhere they went, and Miriam was among them. They plunked down their goods and they found a well of water right there. The well followed them. Miriam's Torah is a Torah that wells up from beneath, that comes out like water out of the earth, comes from an opening of the heart, an opening of the self, rather than coming down from the top of the mountain. Let's learn to make the Torah into that kind of Torah of Miriam, that kind of Torah that comes out of the depths of the well, rather than from down the mountain of authority. Because I'm not a literal believer in God as commander of particular ritual acts, I don't know a God who cares if I tie those straps around my arm every morning, which I do, or who watches what I eat or what I don't eat, or who counts the words of my prayer. I don't know such a God. For me, the word mitzvah takes on a different meaning, which is found widely in the Hasidic sources, and that is mitzvah not from the word tziva, to command, but from the Aramaic word savta, which means together. In modern Hebrew, we have a word sevet, a staff of people who work together to get something done. We are all part of that sevet. We are all bitzavta. That means that a mitzvah is an opportunity for coming close, an occasion for intimacy with the one, with the universal oneness of being, with Yud He Vav He. The mitzvot are given to us by our tradition as opportunities for intimacy, for moments and acts in which we open our hearts and find our way to dveikut, to attachment to the one, to being present in the one, or discovering that the one has been present within us all along. And now we've opened our eyes to that presence. Mitzvot are everywhere. The Torah lists 613 mitzvot, but it minimalizes and maximizes those at the same time, because the Holy Zohar teaches us there are really only two ultimate mitzvot. The first two of the Ten Commandments. I am Yud He Vav He, your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt and makes you free, took you out of the house of bondage. Realizing that Yud He Vav He is present in everyone is an act of liberation, is an act of taking us out of the bondage of all that enslaves us. And the second mitzvah, you shall have nothing else, worship nothing else besides me. All other values, all the idols we worship in our society, and you know what they are, all the many idols we worship in our society, have to stand aside before this moment of realizing Havaya is there and Havaya makes me free. And Havaya is there in the other person and makes that other person free. We are all liberated from the Egypts within and around us that enslave us. On the other hand, the Hasidic authors say 613 commandments? That's not so many. That's not so many. And we're taught that God gave many commandments to Israel. Many commandments to Israel. Lefichach hirba lehem Torah u'mitzvot. And the Shema, the last paragraph of the Shema, which talks about tzitzit, the fringes on our garments, says you look at the tzitzit and are reminded of kol mitzvotai, of all my commandments. This is a hint that everything is to become a mitzvah. Everything is to become an opportunity for that intimacy with the one. The mitzvot as we have them in the tradition are paradigmatic. They are there to teach you what it means to open yourself fully to a great moment, to a special act, to an object that you treat with awe and affection, with yira and ahava. So I should learn to love all the objects around me in my life, the way I treat my tefillin. I should learn to listen to every sound in my life, the way I listen to the sound of the shofar. I should see everything with open eyes, like I'm commanded to see the tzitzit, uri'item oto, you shall see them. Uri'item oto, it says, and the Midrash already tells us, uri'item oto in the singular really means you will see him, you will see it. Not you will see the tzitzit, but you somehow will catch a glimpse of the ultimate one that resides within them. If a mitzvah is an opportunity for intimacy with the totality of being, I don't want to miss it. I don't want to lose it. And so here we say about mitzvot ben adam lemakom, about those commandments between the self and the cosmos, the cosmic one, that opening our heart is what they're all about. If we miss one, that's not a sin. It's not a transgression. It's a lost opportunity. But in the course of a relationship that's marked by yira and ahava, I'm in awe of you and I love you, you don't want to miss a single opportunity to say, I love you. I want to be close to you. The same way you don't want to miss an opportunity to say to your spouse or your lover or your children, I love you. I want to be close. I want to open my heart to you. So do we with mitzvot. Opportunities for intimacy, for expressing our desire to be close to the One. Shalom. See you next time.